this thing on? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Friday. It is time for the weekend. It is baseball season. It is Final Four season. We have multiple new products coming out this week. I am still looking to get my hands on some Bowman U. Krager's on the way. My goodness, I'm going to set him the rundown real quick here. I was not going to ask him to do this. You know what I mean? Like, it is a Friday morning. He's one of the hardest grinders over here. That's what I'm saying, Ashley. He's a real Gruden grinder. And if I were him, I'd be like, listen, dude, any other day, absolutely. For Krager, this is his weekend. Like, I know it says 9:40 a.m. for all of us, but, like, if I was Krager, I would probably have, like, a margarita at 11 a.m. today. I was like, it's Friday, you know? I'd be like, listen, man, love talking ball with you and all, but come on, it's my weekend now. But, man, what a guy. I'm sending him the rundown right now. Bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. How is everyone doing, though, this week? I've missed everyone. I mean, come on, dude. What? I was not going to ask you to do this. I know that this is your weekend. I was just saying it. I was saying if I were you, I'd probably be sipping on something at 11 a.m. just because this is like...
Well, Slabs ends at 11, so how about 11:01?
Yeah, there we go. I wish I could join you. I did send you a little bit of a rundown.
Okay, and I am going to quickly send my girlfriend a text that I will not be home at the time I'm supposed to before I get dumped.
This is what I'm saying. You're too good of a guy, man. I was not going to ask you to do this, but I appreciate you sitting in here nonetheless. Since you did not get to see what we were talking about, what's up, Devil Dog? Been a minute. Hope you're doing well. We have, what is it, Inception for football. Topps Inception football happening right now. I am so happy you guys are all here. I do want to talk to all of you and all that, but hey, you know, if we want to see some cards on the table right now, click on our little profile. Dunbar, what's happening? Your guy Riley Green off to a pretty nice start.
Yeah.
But anyways, you know, where's our profile? Is it here? Is it here? I don't know where I can point to it. Nonetheless, click our profile and go to our show. It's on our other channel. We're already ripping, or should be ripping shortly, Topps Inception Football. Excited to see that. We do have Bowman U that came out yesterday. We do have, what's it called again? UFC Royalty?
UFC Royalty. Now, guys, this is the first year they have ever released this product. It's a higher end one, don't get me wrong, but if you saw it sitting, it is gorgeous. I recommend checking out the checklist. You're going to have dual autos, triple autos. These patches are disgusting, too. Think Inception high end, think impeccable, think National Treasures, think flawless, think immaculate. That's what this is. 10 cards per box. You get 5 autographs, 3 mem, 1 parallel, and 1 base with that as well. Big names, Mac, DC, John Jones, Justin Gaethje. I mean, gorgeous stuff.
So, all right, I've been gone for a couple of days. So there's been a lot that I haven't been able to get to. Now, fortunately, I guess that it was a pretty light slate in the MLB yesterday. So I did want to pick up kind of where I left off. I mean, look, I know this is late at this point, but I do feel like this is worth playing again. I wanted to talk about this yesterday morning. Obviously did not get to. And just baseball, it's so nice that it's back, Krager. And I was asleep for this, unfortunately, so I had to go back and watch it. And this was the whole moment. Shohei Ohtani a couple nights ago against the Braves. Braves go up 5-0. The winless Braves go up 5-0, and I want to say the second or third inning in that game. The Dodgers, meanwhile, they claw all the way back, and bottom of the ninth inning, I want to enjoy the moment here. It just doesn't get better than that, man. I'm not a Dodgers fan at all. I'm not even like an Ohtani fanboy or anything like that.
Though.
Yeah, man. Like I just the whole walk up. You know, with the ambiance, everyone gets like who's better than this guy in any sport? You know what I mean? Like, he is everything that we hype him up to be. He always rises to the moment. Like that's true too, Clayton. It's just so effortless. I mean, I think Joe Davis might have even said it in the call here. I turned the volume down, but like just like the inevitable, like because that is the perfect word. It was inevitable. Yeah. It was just bobblehead night. I saw Topps now already have. Like I just love the whole like everyone knows what's about to happen. Yeah. You know what you're witnessing. The moment like you see guys happen. You know we talk about LeBron James. You know what I mean? He's one of the all-time greats. But you know everyone knows in this moment. You know what's about to happen, and like. Just look at the swing here. Like this is
It doesn't even look like a full power swing.
It doesn't even look like a full power swing. He looks off balance right there, too.
His extension was crazy, too.
Right. Like, that is a good pitch, honestly. It's, like, not the worst pitch from Raisel Iglesias. And, like, that's kind of a ball. It's a two-seamer or a sinker or a change up. I don't know the mile per hour on that, but it's tailing out of the zone. It is painted the corner right here. And still, what does Ohtani do? He just takes it the other way. Look at that.
He got it on the end of the bat, too.
Pretty much just takes it the other way, watches it go. He knew it was gone.
Jeez.
Bonkers. I mean, it has been so fun. It's been a really fun start to the baseball season, in my opinion.
And, I like what P.T. Moss said, saying it's okay to be an Ohtani fanboy. I know. He is that good.
It's true.
It makes you think of Steph. Like, in the beginning, I was like, guys, chill it out. Now Steph being... If they win a title this year, is he one of the 5 greatest players of all time?
I would make... Now, listen, I'm not as big hoops guy as much as you are, so it's hard for me to say. For me, I already have him at least in that discussion just for what he has done. Like, he's completely changed the game.
Sure.
But I'm with you. I think there are kind of similarities there.
And not to get off topic, just drawing that comparison of these transcendent athletes that, you're a fan of. You're not a Dodgers fan, but I'd like to think 90% of people root for Shohei.
PT says top 5 at his position. I think Craig was saying top 5, period.
Oh, I'm saying all time.
Yeah, top 5,
if
period.
If he wins a 5th ring this year, it's...
Holy crap, he's already won 4?
He's won 4.
How many has LeBron won?
4.
Yeah. All right. Then there you go. Steph's definitely top 5. I didn't even really think about that.
If they win one this year with the way that they've remade their team 3 different times, but again, that's not what we're talking about today.
No, I mean, listen. I mean, we will have our day. Yeah. We will have our day. The summer is long. What? What's going on? What? Congrats again on the Bowman draft right there. Good to see you back in. For those wondering what time we got here, 10 a.m. We're going to be running that slab or no slab giveaway. No trivia. Just. I stumped you guys once this week. I was not off. I mean, the show just didn't happen one of these days. So, we just want to get 2 givvies out today, 10 a.m., 10:45 a.m. Let's go into the weekend feeling good today. What is going on here? Says Schmuck. Also on this game, there's the good, the bad, and the ugly, because obviously the good, awesome. Dodgers, walk-off. The bad was the Atlanta Braves. Did you happen to do a little more looking into Jake Mangum after the other morning? I actually did, P.T. Moss. What I could not figure out, we're looking at Jake Mangum, is why no one gave him a chance before. Because he had hit, fantastic in AAA, AA for 3 straight years, and on bad teams. What was the team before the Rays? It was the Rays, and I want to say it was the Tigers or the Pirates.
I'm not familiar.
Mets. Okay, on the Mets. Either way, he was sitting around 300 back-to-back years, pretty good OPS, no power numbers that would blow your mind. But, it just didn't make much sense to me that no team at least were hey, why not call him up at least, not one at-bat, not 1 week in the majors. So, PT, great shout on your part. I do think I have to put a little more respect on Jake Mangum's game, and something I'll be monitoring. But... And, I'm not going to be picking him up in every fantasy league. I'm not going to go out and buy a ton of his cards, but I do give you credit. I think he's something worthy of just oh, look at this cute little story for a week. He might actually be a decent ball player.
I think it's really easy to overlook some of these players, especially in the MLB, just because of how many prospects we have, how many different teams, different leagues. Basketball, you got your Division I, you got your G League. I mean, that's pretty much it. Football, also, it's a little bit harder. This is how big it is, but baseball, I think, is the biggest culprit of that. I'm just overlooking great talent.
Here we go. Sorry about this. I'm trying to show the Braves lineup against the Dodgers. Yeah, there we go. That's the best way to look at it. So this was the Braves lineup against the Dodgers.
Oh, that's not good.
And to me, this game reeked of panic for the Atlanta Braves. They started the season now. I believe they moved to 0-7 after that loss to the Dodgers. This is the lineup they trotted out there. Ozzie Albies, Marcelo Zuna, Austin Riley, Matt Olson. All right. That's normal. That's their normal 4. Brian De La Cruz playing left field in place of the juicing Jurickson Profar. Is that Nick Allen, former top prospect, I believe, playing shortstop? I didn't even know he was still in the league. I don't know, PT. Stewie, good old Stuart Fairchild. I know him as a Red. Chadwick Trump and Evan White. This was the lineup the Braves trotted out against the LA Dodgers. This reeked to me of desperation, saying our starters are tight. Let's get that B team in there. And for a little while, it worked. But then slowly, tennis balls, what's going on? Good morning, tennis balls. I will say, by the way, anyone who takes down a spot in the bottom of the 8th break, you can get a slab or no slab spin today.
Speaking of that, we do have instant rips in the store still, I'm pretty sure.
We do?
Yeah.
Baby.
Check and see if they're still there.
Wait.
Yeah,
hold
so
on.
15 instant rips still in the store, ladies and gentlemen. We are running a promotion where we have a half case of Bowman Draft. Anyone who takes an instant rip down, you get put into the random teamer for a half case of Bowman Draft.
This is awesome. Are you kidding
me? If you
me?
get an instant rip right now, you get put into that half caser, and you get the Guardians, the Royals. You just got a team worth more than the instant rip.
I love it. All right, there we go. I took down the Commanders in football. I think I should get a spin. Wait, dude, did you take down the Commanders? That's pretty awesome. No spin for you, though, unfortunately.
Instant rip. Instant rip.
Man, all right, so that's exciting. I did not know that. We got instant rips in the store. And, yo, Slab!
Let's go!
Yes!
Let's go! Let's go!
Come on! Hold on just a minute. Stop the show.
Right.
Hold the presses. What are we doing here? Slab and Ledoux. We just rip it right away? We going for it?
Yeah, so if you scroll up to it,
let's freaking
you're
go,
gonna
man.
Go to instant rips.
Okay.
And you're going to scroll unopened. Actually, you'll have to click unopened.
Yeah, that's awesome. Please, someone stop the show again. I would love to rip a little instant rips. And of course, guys, bottom of the 8th break. I know we got a couple good breaks in the store. If you take down any spots in those, we will get you a slab or no slab wheel spin there as well. BDE, what's going on, BDE? All right. Anyways, back to the old show. Back to brass tacks here. I was talking about that Braves lineup. Desperation. They put in Rafael Iglesias, their closer, bottom of the 8th with 1 out.
That's not what you want to do.
The first week of the season. That is something you see in September and October. That is not something you should be seeing on the first week of April. The Braves now moved to 0-7, and there was a damning stat. I think someone alluded to this. The Braves fell to 0-7. No team in MLB history has ever made the playoffs after starting 0-7. It has been 42 years since the team that started 0-7 finished with a winning record. Kreger, do you think it's worthy of a panic? Do you are you putting weight into the stat, or are you just saying, all those stats are made to be broken?
So, I mean, a panic is in what? A panic is in I'm trading Acuna and rebuilding, or a panic is in the season's already over?
As in you think they actually might not make the playoffs. You know what I mean? No team has you heard the stat. No team's ever made the playoffs after going 0-7. Do you think that's going to apply, or do you think, nah, come on, that's just a cherry-picked stat, they'll be fine?
I think it's going to apply. An old roommate of mine has an analytics degree, and he used to hate when I used they're due, or, it hasn't happened in so long, it's got to happen eventually. He'd be like, no, brother, I paid a lot of money to get a degree in analytics. That's not how this works.
Really?
Yeah, so they will not be making the playoffs.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's not nothing, right? I think that there is a lot of glaring holes in this team. They've gotten bitten by the injury bug. They got juicing with Jerks and Profar, and they desperately need Ronald Acuna back, and they need Spencer Strider back fast. The bottom line is they will be back. Spencer Strider has looked fantastic in spring training. Ronald Acuna is still Ronald Acuna. I would not be surprised if he's getting votes for MVP. Schmuck is saying you got to call back Glavin, Smoltz, and Maddox, which I do get your point, right? Having Bryce Elder go pitch, having Ian Anderson on call at this point is not what you want to be doing if you're the Atlanta Braves. The 0-7 stat is scary, right? But they did play the Dodgers. I forget their first game. They did play the Padres, their first series. You're going to play the Nationals. They play the Marlins today. I'll be looking at that matchup in a little bit. I think the Braves are going to be okay. I wish they weren't. I'm going to enjoy them losing as a Phillies fan. This is awesome for me to watch. But all in all, I do think the Braves are going to be okay. Trading Acuna would set the team back way too much. They get value for other players. I don't think there's any way they're going to trade Acuna.
No, I was just the analogy of what kind of panic.
Absolute extreme.
What kind of panic.
Right.
Yeah, that's the only reason I suggested that.
I get what you're saying. I mean, look, I do think it is a little bit of nervous time. A little bit of nervous time for the Bravos over there. The Chicago Cubs, another team I was going to highlight here. They've scored 60 runs. Now, this was a stat I wrote down yesterday. As of yesterday, so this might have changed. I'm just trying to think. I don't know. The Dodgers didn't play yesterday. What's going on, Alex? As of yesterday, the Cubs had scored 60 runs, 15 more runs than the Dodgers, who are in second place. Their series against the Oakland A's, they won 10-2, 7-4, and 18-3 with Kyle Tucker on absolute fire. My question is, this card right here, and I know you might have one of these cards sitting in your house, Kregerman. There have not been a ton of sales on this card. The volume of Kyle Tucker's Gem Mint 10 Bowman first, not that high in terms of volume. The last few sales, it sold for $270 in January. Jay Sauce, good morning. And
what
Unique.
Up, Sauce?
Sold for $270 in January. Sold for $350 in December. went for 152 in November. And to give you an idea of at this time last year, this same card sold for $250 last April. Tucker setting the world on fire right now. Where do you think this next sale goes? So then the last, what is that, 4 sales or so? His highest was $350. That was in December. Where do you think this next Kyle Tucker Bowman first sale should go? Gem Mint 10.
I mean, look, I think people are going to catch on not only to him having I don't want to say MVP caliber season. It's going to take a lot to knock Shohei off in the NL, but at least being one of the finalists for it, I think once people realize that he truly is a top 3 player in the National League this year, at least positional player, then we're going to start seeing it creep up. And it might take till May or June. It might take people seeing, wow, Kyle Tucker has the leading all-star votes for outfielders in the NL. Like, what the heck? Or maybe it takes until, end of the season, guy has 100 ribbies, 30 home runs, 300 average, and then gets a $600 million contract from somewhere. It's going to drive this up. If I had to guess, though, I'd say we're going to start seeing north of 300, 350 for these. I do know for whatever reason, just because I'm familiar with the Kyle Tucker market, his top stuff sells much better than his Bowman stuff.
Really?
Which is like vice versa to a lot of prospects.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
Maybe I should have done a little more research on the tops things. Maybe that I can get that ready to go for Monday. J-Sauce popping in here to say 11 teams left on the first Inception football break. Let's go. So we got our first slab or no slab giveaway up. We have 11 teams left on the first Inception football break. We have football on the daytime now. Shout out J-Sauce here. So pop on in, click our profile picture. We have 2 channels running at the same time. Right here, this is the baseball. We have football right now. I appreciate you guys hopping in and watching the show, hanging out. But I would love to see this Inception break filled as well.
Real quick, just got confirmation from Ashley, the one that does say single box. Yes. It is the 4 boxes.
All right, so let's load it up.
Yep, let's get Ledoux and Slab X in there.
All right, bear with me 1 second. I do think we have a question about Kristian Campbell. I was just about to get to that as well. Ledoux, getting you in here, sir. I think they copied that right. Give me 1 second, y'all. Got to actually take care of some business here. Which one is this, Craigor? The
it is
free random team draft hobby jumbo or the super jumbo?
Nope, hobby jumbo.
Hobby jumbo, okay. Let me give me 1 second. Click onto this. Available. And, all right, $999,000 going to you, Ledoux. Oh, man, I can type it out. I know Ledoux's name. Just Ledoux it. Give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for bearing with me here.
Boom, Ledoux's got theirs.
Ledoux's in it, and then Slab X breaks.
Yep, plural.
Slab X breaks. That's it,
Perfect.
right?
All right, yep, Slab X and Ledoux. Appreciate you getting those instant rips. You got to sign those. Perfect. Again, that still applies. Anyone who takes down an instant rip, we have 13 remaining. You get a free random team in a half case of draft hobby jumbo.
I would love to see that. All right.
10:01 though.
What's that?
10:01?
10:01. We got it up. We got the giveaway running. Slab or no slab givey is running. Clayton's asking my thoughts on Kristian Campbell. Listen.
See, at 417 he's hitting or something?
Yeah. I mean, I think you'd be foolish not to be all in on Kristian Campbell. And listen, the Red Sox are agreeing. Yesterday or 2 days ago now.
I believe it was
2 days ago now. Yeah,
I think it was late Tuesday, early Wednesday.
Kristian Campbell signs an extension with the Boston Red Sox, 8 years, $60 million. Another one, man, where I have the same reaction. I go, oh, man, that seems really low. His stat line, here we go. I got it pulled up. 417, 2 home runs, 1333 OPS, by the way. So it just goes better and better for Kristian Campbell. Hello, that looks weird. Here's his home run yesterday. This was a really impressive swing he had. Oh, Bilev. Wow, I didn't think about that. I did not think about that. Let me restart that. His swing is so
Roman
sweet.
Anthony and
I think
Campbell?
so. Look at that. Look at that swing. And by the way, I know they moved that wall back in Baltimore. That is a far wall. Like, that is not an easy home run. I want to watch that swing again.
Is that 330, 340? I mean,
where is this pitch? Yeah, this pitch is like a
little inside
sweeper kind of looking pitch. Low and, glad it wasn't at home. Yeah, I mean, that would have been a single maybe. I mean, he's pretty quick. He could have gotten a second on that. But yeah, that's low middle, and he just turns on that thing, keeps a line drive, rockets it out of there. I mean, Campbell has been on
380-foot
fire.
rocket.
Yeah,
That's
seriously.
crazy.
So Kristian Campbell, I mean, looking at cards as well, we pulled up that Kyle Tucker card here. Campbell, what do we got here? Yeah,
exactly,
yeah.
Maverick.
What does he say? Would have been out last season? Facts. I mean, I remember when Citi Field moved in that left field. It was like the same thing. You could see it directly. Kristian Campbell, Gem Mint 10, Bowman first. This dude's card market has been going nuclear. It was either this morning or late last night. His Bowman First Gem Mint 10 hit an all-time high. Take a look at this. I got to zoom in here. I can't see from here. $569 last night or this morning. A new high for Kristian Campbell, Bowman First. And I'm throwing caution in the wind here. Like, I'm sorry. I know it's always dangerous to throw caution in the wind. Al, I got that card with no ink. Jealous. I mean, listen, no ink is still pretty good. It's a good card to have. But, I mean, this is Card Ladder, G. Farrow, the Card Ladder. The gold auto Bowman First sold for $7,000 this week. Holy smokes, you got it, G. Farrow. I do think it is a paywall. I think there's a little bit of a subscription that you need. So shout out to Mike and Ashley. They give us access to that here.
Very worth it, though.
It is really fun to look at this. But it goes to show, like, it's been a steady climb his whole career. Really peaked when he started to light up those prospect lists. Then, obviously, spring training, getting the call up here. And look at this dip. He suffered big time in spring training. He could not catch up to the fastball. He looked lost. The Red Sox said, hey, we don't care. We're going to call you up. We see something, obviously, that we like. And since he's gotten called up, it has just been fantastic for Kristian Campbell. This is part of the reason why I picked the Red Sox to win the World Series this year. Now, if you want to, like, give me truth serum and say, Josh, your life depends on it, who do you think is going to win the World Series? I'd say the Dodgers. But in terms of, like, not being lame, this is my pick, the Red Sox. You know what I mean?
We both had the same pick.
Yeah. Part of the reason is guys like Kristian Campbell, but they just have such a pool. You know, B-Love said it. Could be the next Acuna and Ozzy Albies. I don't know if I'm going to go that far.
Well, that's not even mentioning their two rookies from last year, Don Rafael and Wilyer Abreu. Wilyer Abreu already has 5 home runs, too.
Kicking butt right now.
So if Roman Anthony and Kristian Campbell don't work out, maybe Wilyer and Sedon are the new Ozzy and Acuna. Granted, different positions.
Sure.
But still the tandem of same-year rookies.
And the thing with that is, like, you can keep going, you know?
Yeah.
Like they just locked up Garrett Crochet. Now you got that
Tennessee
ace.
products.
Garrett Crochet could be your Spencer Strider, right? If you want to do this one-to-one comparison to the Braves here, and B-Love says actually referring to signing the deal too early, leaving lots of money on the table. Oh, no, 100%. 100%. And I think you were referencing maybe Jackson Merrill as well yesterday. And there you go, guys. Spud. Why not put the advertisement in here? Blue to 150, auto for sale. There you go, Spud. Go his way if you're looking for some more Kristian Campbell in your life. So it also got me wondering here, because yesterday in the MLB, Jose Altuve had his first 5 strikeout game in his career.
Oh.
Now, I'm not writing Jose Altuve off.
No.
I think he's a fantastic ball player. But on my fantasy baseball team, I have Jose Altuve.
I guess you have Chorio.
And I have Kristian Campbell.
Oh.
Both on my fantasy baseball team.
I see.
Should I trade Jose Altuve? Is what I'm thinking now. Like, I am ready to just go put all the chips in. Kristian Campbell, you are the second. Like, I would rather feel like buy all in, got Kristian Campbell pretty late, make Kristian Campbell my second baseman, and see what I can get for Jose Altuve, or is that a little too quick?
Is it a dynasty league or
Not a dynasty league. Not a dynasty league. So, you know, this is just me trying to be like, hey, I want to go in on Kristian Campbell. Can I get a little something from Jose Altuve? I don't know.
Trade block, see what you can get. Yeah, text your group chat, taking offers for Altuve and just kind of see. Because
second base is a scarce position.
Is it? Okay, see, I'm not a fantasy baseball player. I know baseball, don't play fantasy, so I don't understand quite what Altuve's market is in the fantasy baseball world.
Should be pretty high.
But I would say at least put him on the market, especially with Kristian Campbell keeps this up. Even if Altuve didn't have a 5 strikeout game, was still doing pretty well.
Right.
See what you can get for him. I did the same thing when I had a bunch of receivers in football, a bunch of running backs in football.
Just float it out there. It can't hurt. I offered a trade this morning, and I'm nervous about the response I'm going to get. I offered Jose Altuve, Wilson Contreras, and, oh, man, who was the pitcher I threw in there? Did I throw in Freddie Peralta? I'll have to pull it up.
Opening
a decent pitcher for Paul Skeens. I'm trying, is that a disrespectful trade? I'll pull it up here. I'm nervous to text him. I don't want to text the guy because I don't want him to be like, what the hell is this? No, I'm not trading you Paul Skeens.
You texted me for that?
Yeah, it was, I feel like it's pretty fair. Jose Altuve, Wilson Contreras, and Freddie Peralta for Paul Skeens. A 3-for-1. I don't know. Would I get cursed out in your fantasy baseball league? Please, let me know what you think. Now you're saying that's disrespectful? Okay, you're saying it's, I don't know, man. It was the morning. I was putting the show together. I was really getting hyped about Kristian Campbell, and I was like, let me just throw this out there before Talkin Slab starts.
What's the worst that happens? He denies it?
You lose a lot of credibility sometimes, and then people don't want to trade with you. People are not big, but B-Love, and I get it, right? I get it. They're not big on the 3-1 because he's going to have to drop A couple guys take on 2 players. The teacher is right about that. But my thought process was like, he's Austin Wells as his catcher. I feel like Contreras is better than Austin Wells, but I don't know. He's a Yankees fan.
I mean, Wells is
doing pretty well too. I don't know. I just want to get Paul Skeens, man. Yeah. I was like, let me give you 3 good players with 1 pretty decent pitcher. I just want Paul Skeens.
I think it's a good starting point. If the guy's just like, oh, that's not terrible, but maybe he wants to push the envelope a bit more, then you know you got him on the hook.
I don't trust his ball knowledge. Maybe he's like, maybe he'll give. I don't know. Maybe give me Paul Skeens. I just wanted to know. I want to put it out there to see if I was just being like. Because I get a reputation around the league for being the low baller, for being the cheapskate. Makes sense. What I mean? Makes sense. Speaking of, while I'm picking everyone's brain, I have a prop here today.
A prop, okay.
All right. Craig wasn't expecting this. This is a bag of pretzels here. Is it a violation if I have used the same plastic bag for these pretzels for probably a month and a half?
Yes. What?
Why? Now, these pretzels are making me thirsty. Why throw out a plastic bag every time? It works. It still zips. You know what I mean? If anything, it gets more exciting, more salt collects at the bottom, more pretzel dust collects at the bottom. It's the same food in the same bag. I am surprised, man. I thought I was going to get ripped a new one.
I would have ripped you a new one, yeah.
Really?
It's not that it's like crazy. Like, yeah, it's a dry food. You're not cross-contaminating. It's the same food. So I get it, but I just never heard of anyone do that. And if you told me, pick one person on this staff in this company that does this, you're the first person.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. 100%. This is how I'm going to be able to buy my Bowman U Mega Box.
Exactly.
With all the money I'm saving over the year and a half. With plastic bags. I mean, sandwich bags. How much is a sandwich bag? $5? Like
$4.50,
100 pack. I'm gonna make mine last over a year now. I'm never gonna have to worry about getting sandwich bags.
What's funny is sandwich bags are on my grocery list this week.
Bet you feel like an idiot now, Craiger. All right. Now you had to get that out there. The other thing I've been doing recently to save some money that I wanted to go. If there's a small spill, get 2 napkins instead of a paper towel. Manual Ziploc? Oh, easier. You're asking me or Manual Ziploc. I love the slider. The slider is elite. But if I'm the kind of person who's using the same bag every day, you think I'm going to pay for the slider? You know what I mean? Slider's awesome. I'm jealous of those who have the slider, to be blunt. But, the manual Ziploc, it's, penny pinching here. What's up, Geo 101s? Guys, anyone who hops in our bottom of the 8th break, I will give you a free spin at the old slab or no slab wheel. Take a look at this. I added a new card on here today. He isn't spending the big bucks on a slider. Yeah, come on now, schmuck. I got to save it for my Bowman U. And listen, maybe not UFC royalty, but I would love to. Love to. I added a card today on this list this morning, and I did some research. Ellie De La Cruz Cosmic Chrome base rookie card, right? I just saw it laying around. I was like, that's a cool card. Raw. Comps out at like $7. You gem that card out, it's an $80 card. So, here we go. I mean, that's some of the magic of the slab or no slab wheel. The Paul Skeens Bowman first. I replace it with another Paul Skeens Bowman first. I love having Skeens Bowman first on that list. Same deal. You sell this card raw, it's around, maybe I got to double check it. I think probably $12 to $20. You gem this card out. Close to 100, give or take. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not as close to 100 as it used to be. But never mind. Yeah, you get the point there. That's our slab or no slab. Ohtani, IV, Heritage. We got Stroud, Gem Mint 10 rookie card. We got a Mike Trout, pink, Gem Mint 10 as well. So if anyone wants to take down a spot in one of these bigger breaks, I will give you a free slab or no slab spin.
Jason Terry?
Yeah, Jason Terry Automan. That's been there since January 1st.
Some bands on your head like Jason Terry.
There you go. That's a great line. How much time? We got 2 minutes left until our first slab or no slab wheel spin wrecked. Bet he reuses his Ziploc bag too. Who's that wrecked? Who's that? Reusing their Ziploc bags. You talking about Ellie? Are you talking about Ellie wrecked? Someone tells me Ellie's not reusing his Ziploc bags.
Oh my goodness.
Neither is Paul Skeens. You see Paul Skeens' GQ photo shoot, by the way, with Livy Dunn?
I did. I saw it first. I don't remember. I think it was when he beat the Rays on Tuesday. They posted something about it, and I was like, what in the heck? And then I saw the actual photo shoot, and I was like, this makes more sense. I thought it was like a Photoshop at first, but...
Oh, man. I didn't have this. Good morning, wifey.
What up,
Happy
wifey?
Friday. Oh, man. I got to find...
not see this one.
There's better pictures. There's better pictures here. I think Profar keeps his slide. I hope he is after this. Who knows if he's going to get that bag. Still haven't gotten the. All right, you know what?
That
Shout
was
out
sweet.
Cloud Jedi, because I was
sick.
going to skip this. There was so much to get to. I was going to skip this because Cloud Jedi brought it up. You better believe I do my research and preparation.
This is so goofy.
Look at this dude. Look at this. Are we pro or anti the Dennis Santana, what are we calling this? Schwants? You know what I mean? Like short pants? Look at these. I mean, I love it, dude. This is how I would be pitching. And the Tampa Bay Sun, and this was at the Rays game as well. Those are the what? No!
What if we called them borts? Like there's jorts for jean shorts?
No, they're pants, Chani. That's the thing. They are pants. Like they're pants. I think he's cuffed them all the way up, and wearing like these ultra.
There's no way.
Stockings. You're
Right.
saying you don't think you think they're actual shorts?
Yeah, I think that's like there's probably a thicker cuffing on the bottom, but his circulation to his legs, like his legs would be falling off and amputated if he cuffed them all the way up, halfway up his thighs.
Oh my God, I think you're right. Where's the zoom in here? Hold on.
See, like Tronny said, you'd see more cuffing. It'd be thicker at the bottom if he, rolled it up a foot and a half.
I think, you know what, Mav? Cut and rehemmed or something.
Saw
a kid wearing those last weekend. Definitely cut. Oh my God, yeah. I didn't even notice this. Giveaway is running. Giveaway is running. I am not done talking about this. Schmuck, my ex wore pants the same way. That's a can of worms right there. I am not going to open. Did it go? Did the giveaway go already? What happened? Gio!
Let's go, Gio!
Gio, one of ones, taking it down. Gio, I believe this is your first time hopping on in here. Let's see. Welcome on into the program. So, Gio, this is what we got going on. 125 or 50 for Gio. Let's see what we're taking now. 125 or 50 are the slabs. Give me 1 second to pull this up here. Where'd it go? Is it in here? Oh, boy. Bing bong. All right. We're good to go. All right, Gio. Sorry about that. We did not have the correct listing in the break. It should be here now.
Yep.
Bang. Thanks, Krieger.
Yeah.
Slab or no slab wheel is ready to roll. Let's do it. 125 or 50 is what we're looking for. Gio, good luck to you, sir or madam. Got it ready to roll. And they're off. Come on. Show me a slab. 125 or 50. 10. Oh, man. I saw 0. I thought it was 50 there. Will Anderson Jr., rookie to 35. You can do a lot worse than a rookie of the year.
We'll have to turn it back on the graphic. Oh, no, it's on. Never mind.
Yeah. We got it. All right, let's see it. Will Anderson Jr. to 35 for the free. Not too bad right there. Oh, this picture always cracks me up.
Oh, no. What is it?
Because it looks like they have him looking like he's a running back. Will Anderson Jr. to 35. Can we see that in there? I don't know if you can see that.
No.
I'm looking right, left. I can't see. I don't have the screen.
More. Stop. There we go. Stop. Yeah. He
Will
does look
Anderson
like a running
Jr.
back. That's
35
funny.
looks like a running back.
That's
baby.
funny.
There you go, Gio 101. Congratulations. That is going to you for free. Rookie of the year to 35 out of Panini Black.
Nice.
For the free. All right, so if anyone's new to the program, of course, we run that at 10:45. And the wheel likes new people. Yeah, I guess it's true.
So I've been thinking about the meta, and I've seen, we run plenty of giveaways on this channel. It seems as if more often than not, the later you join into the giveaway, the higher likelihood you have. Because so many times I see like so-and-so has joined the stream, 30 seconds left in a givey, obviously they enter, and then it's like so-and-so wins the giveaway. And I'm like, you just jumped in here 30 seconds ago. These people entered 15 minutes ago. So I'm just saying, y'all, if you guys want to experiment, wait until like 10 seconds left in a givey and then click it and see. Man, maybe there's no truth to it. But from what I've noticed, seems like there might be a meta to this.
All right. There's a method to the madness. It's not as random as they might think. Chani says he's been testing this for months and no luck, or do you have some do you have some conclusive results for me? Meh. All right, fair enough. Easy. I'm gonna get a tinfoil hat to match my new short style. There we go. Yeah. But anyways, the shorts. Where'd it go here? Which one is the shorts? Yeah. Final. Yay or nay on the shorts? I'm a big yay.
I'm all for it.
I'm all for it.
I think
too damn hot.
I think I would have paid to see Connie and Jason's reaction when this guy took the mound when they were there.
Oh man, they were there. That's right. I think you're right. No, he says below the knee. Nah, that's. Well, here's the difference though. If you're a pitcher, right, you're not going to be sliding in dirt. I think that's part of the reason. Like, you're not going to do a ton of sliding. So if you're a pitcher, why not go for it? Especially Hunter Green.
Yeah.
Hunter Green.
Outdoors in Tampa, bro.
I think Hunter Green threw up twice last season when it was over 100 degrees.
Yeah.
Sweeney says care more about him getting out. Yeah, but maybe this is what gets him to play his best. He's like, Coach, I'm too restricted in these pants here, you know? I got to go up higher,
the
higher.
sleeved NBA jerseys. I'm too restricted. See Braun ripping them.
Yeah,
the
exactly.
NBA jerseys.
Come on, if it helps him play, it helps him play. Leotard looks. Listen, if Dennis Santana will pitch like Nolan Ryan wearing a leotard, I think we got to have some serious discussions here. BDE. BDE.
Wait, they lost again 1-0?
Brother, they lost again 1-0, and do you know who they lost to 1-0 to?
Or all three the Rangers?
Well, two were the Rangers.
Okay.
One, first and foremost, I got to apologize.
They were playing the Brewers yesterday, weren't they?
Mm-hmm. I got to apologize to Jack Leiter because I've said nothing but negative things about him. He blanks the Redlegs. He is now 10 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 10 strikeouts, .70 whip, 2-0 on the season. I brought up this card before the season. It was selling for $40. Yesterday, this card sold for $87, by the way. I don't know about that, Cold Vicious, but I do think I was very wrong about Jack Leiter, and I need to give him some praise because, you know, if you dish it out, you got to say you're wrong, give him all the credit when he pitches well. Yesterday, no Jack Leiter blanking them. You know, how about Nestor Cortes, who, 9 runs? 9 runs or something like that against the Yankees? Comes back against the Reds. Ellie De La Cruz, torpedo bats, 7 RBIs. 1-0 loss, 1-0 loss, 1-0 loss. First time since the 1960s, a team has lost 3 straight games by the score of 1-0. And hey, shout out to Nestor Cortes. Believe it or not, your career is not defined by 1 game. You know, I mean, people were ready to write him off. People in the chat yesterday saying, "Oh, am I betting Reds team total or Reds money line today to fade Nestor?" And I was like, "Whatever you want." Yeah. But I don't think we should just write a guy off after one start to start the season. No, the Reds are fine though. Who was that? Yeah, BD. Reds are fine. I think you know the Reds are fine. What do you say? Too early to order the whole lineup. Torpedo bats, he says. I mean, look, torpedo bats aren't going to help if you're not able to make contact. Casual. Well, Jay. Hand up. Rafael Devers does seem to be fine. You know what I mean? Like, I was ready to write him off, too.
What's Chandy saying?
The issue with torpedo bats is that they have to be tailored to each specific player. These teams just ordering blanket torpedo bats aren't going to see the same results. To your credit, Chandy. I mean, Volpe, man. You're seeing it work with Volpe. Like, they specifically noticed, correct me, Chandy, was it either the end of the bat or closer to the
label.
To the label. Mm-hmm. I think it was to the label. That's where they put more of the meat. They were saying, closer to the label. So it's a great point that you make there. I will say this also. I have nothing against Yankee Stadium. Like, I like watching games at Yankee Stadium. Interested to see those Volpe home runs outside of Yankee Stadium, you know?
Do we know, is Jazz Chisholm using a torpedo bat as well?
Yeah.
Okay, I was going to say,
Jazz is one of the biggest torpedo guys.
Okay, because last night, the home run he hit last night was just nuked, and I wasn't sure if it was torpedo bat or not.
Well, we can stick with that last night because I did want to talk about Aaron Judge, man. Aaron Judge is a freak.
Oh, good to know, Chandy.
Aaron Judge is a freak. I mean, I love watching him play. I really do. I love watching this guy play. Jason came on here. Let me just be clear about this. Jason came on here first show of the baseball season and said he's going to break Barry Bonds' record. We were watching the greatest power hitter of all time, and I didn't even refute it because I was like, you know what, man? Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah. He's great. I would make an argument, hey, what if he wasn't a Yankee? But that's just to tick off Yankees fans.
Correction, love watching him hit fielding, not so much. Who cares? It's not as fun. Hard to argue if he stays healthy, Sweeney. I mean, I just want to watch this one more time. Look at that pitch. Just this is what you teach kids, is where the ball comes, right? Middle away. He just sees it so perfectly and blast it exactly to the opposite field. Look at how quickly this ball gets out. That ball, there's no exit, not exit velo. What's the word I'm looking for? There's no launch angle here, right? This is just boom, line drive, see ya. Gets out. That's what Michael K. Line drive, see ya. Gets out so fast, opposite field. You don't see anyone, you don't see guys doing it. So I heard just pure power. Now, Sweeney, I want to put a poll up because it had me thinking. I typically don't give Aaron Judge the credit he deserves. I really don't. Someone said on a podcast I was listening to, greatest power hitter probably of our lifetime, my lifetime, of the last, I guess, since 2000.
In reference to Judge?
In reference to Judge. I wanted to ask, there was only one name that came to mind that I was thinking of. And I'm genuinely asking because maybe I didn't get to appreciate, when he was at his prime. Better hitter, Albert Pujols or Aaron Judge? That is the one guy that came to mind. His prime, Cardinals, Albert Pujols, the machine era of Albert Pujols. Like, I'm curious what we think on this. I'm not going to vote on this one. I'm just genuinely curious what you guys think, because it's easy to get caught up in the recency and the excitement. Because, like, dude, Aaron Judge breaks the AL home run record, pretty much comes close to doing it again, and this season seems like the sky is the limit right now. All right, Albert Pujols is out to an early lead.
Mm-hmm. I think this is a fair argument either way. I don't think anyone would be wrong either way.
I don't have a side. I was just curious what this chat had to say. I respect this chat's ball knowledge. Never going to get me to vote against the Cardinal. All right, so I am taking into account some anti-Yankees bias now. I thought it would be closer to, Reeked. I thought it would be closer to, and I will say, now, let me ask this. If I change this question and said better power hitter, would this change how you guys would vote? Because I maybe better pure hitter, you can make the case it's Pujols, but if we just said better power hitter, I don't know if that would change.
It might make it closer, but I still think Pujols would win it.
Pujols still wins it?
I think, but it'd be probably 55-45, 60-40. I think 75-25, I could see that for Judge. Or see that for Pujols as well. I mean, he could hit anywhere in the park. But I think if you said pure power, maybe still slightly lean Pujols. But I think it's also hard to even ask this question because of what we've seen Judge do the last 3 years. So someone in the chat said earlier, what happens if he stays healthy? What happens if he stays healthy and he hits 55 home runs a year the next 10 years?
Stop. I mean, why not, though?
Yeah,
why not?
Why
I mean, it's not like he plays a style of baseball where, you look at him and you're like, oh, I don't know if he can keep this up. It's like, ball go boom, he's a big dude. And it's not like where is he producing his power from? It's just he's a great hitter. He's got a good eye too. Since he says I'm a Reds fan, and I even think Pujols is better because that was the one name. And I was listening to a podcast, they brought this up, and I was like, Pujols is the one guy I think could beat him here. And Company and Cold Vicious make a good point. It's Judge can be. There's still a lot we need to see left.
I agree, Cold.
Man, Pujols wins by 72%. I don't know. I think it should be closer to 50-50, but 72%. Cold Vicious, he's way older than he says he is. And I do think that there was juiced balls when he came back with the Dodgers. I am a big believer that they were juicing balls for Albert Pujols when he came back with the Dodgers. But nevertheless, I'm going to take my tinfoil hat off. What I won't take my tinfoil hat off, though, is that Judge is far and away the AL MVP favorite. This is nuts. Without looking. Would you guess the odds for Aaron Judge to win MVP right now?
Is he in the negatives? Is it?
Yep.
Oh, I would have said 125 plus 125.
Me too. Plus 150 or something like that.
Yeah.
On DraftKings this morning, he is minus 125.
That's insane. Yeah,
Aaron Judge is minus 125 to win MVP after 1 week of baseball.
I would have said plus 200 to 150, somewhere in that range, but...
Listen, I think he will win MVP, but you are so foolish if you are putting your money on Judge to win MVP at minus 125 right now. You have, and I'm not wishing this on anyone, obviously. It's just for the fact that you have 100 games for this guy to get hurt, pretty much, at minus 125.
Games.
Well, yeah, I know, right, but sometimes you see guys like Ohtani got hurt with 30 games left and he still won MVP. You know what I mean? So I'll say there's a good 100 games still for Aaron Judge to get injured, and that minus 125 to win MVP will look like nothing.
I think even the Dodgers to win the World Series is better odds than that. That's probably plus 150, plus 200. I mean,
I've just never seen anything like that. Like this early in the season, a player being minus 125. Do you think Judge can get to 700 home runs? What's he at now? I'm pulling this up. Aaron Judge... career home runs. Never thought about that. 320 I'm seeing. Maverick says no. 320. How old is he? He's what? He's 29. He came up late. He came up when he was 29. Let's see. 32. He's 32?
Is he really?
There's no way he can get to 700, I don't think. No shot he can get to 700. If he and Yankee Stadium still no. Yeah. I think he can get to 600. I think maybe he could get to 600, but even that's going to be tough.
If he's 32, here's the thing. We're at 320 right now. Okay. I don't know if this is counting this year's or not. Let's say it's not. Then you're at 325. So
let's say he has 4 elite seasons left in him. But 4 seasons where he can hit 50 home runs.
But then, okay, so now we're at what, 525?
That's 200 plus 320 right now. We're at 520, and that brings, and we're saying he has to hit average 50 home runs for the next 4 years. He gets to 520 home runs. Mm-hmm. Then from there, we're saying he's age 36. Maybe he plays for these 40.
Let's say
kind of like Pujols.
35 home runs for those 4 seasons. So now we're at 140 on top of our 520. So we're at 660.
And Foch says he's going to be 33 in 22 days. I think 600 he could do. Yeah. And even then, it would be impressive. I'm not going to set it in stone. It would be interesting to see if you went to a sports book and been like, what odds would you give me on Judge to hit 600 home runs in his career? I'm curious what someone smarter than me would give you in terms of probability and odds for Judge to hit 600, let alone 700. Look, Dan saying, Jesus, calm down with the 700. Foch, I think 500 will be a shoo-in. But it is interesting. I've never actually thought about it just because he's pretty I don't want to say old, but he did get called up a little bit later compared to some of these other guys.
Was he 26, 27?
I think he got called up 25. Someone can check me on that. 10:30, 15 minutes to go on our next slab or no slab giveaway here. Man, there is so much going on in the wide world of sports. What else we got from yesterday? Oh, just a fun little thing. Taijuan Walker had a gem of a start.
Okay.
One of my least favorite players as a Phillies fan is Taijuan Walker. I know I got a couple Philly fans in the room typically. 6 innings pitched, 3 hits, no earned runs, and a win. It is the first time he had pitched 6 or more innings without allowing an earned run since June 6th of 2023. He had 37 consecutive outings without a stat line that good. Maybe he's back. Unique knows. That was shocking. Comeback Walker, says Cold Vicious. Or he was playing the Rockies. I'm going to say he was playing the Rockies. I hope he's pretty good, but I'm not going to count on it. Quick pivot here. We can look ahead to our MLB slate today, but at home or at Rockies. It was at home, Cold Vicious. It was in Philly against the Rockies. So, you know what I mean? So I'll take it. And not as impressive, exactly, says Cold Vicious. I do want to talk a little bit of hoops. Today. Where do you want to go first, Craig? Do you want to go John Morant or college hoops?
Can we do the NIT?
Oh, yes. Let's do the NIT. Great
NIT
shout right there.
championship last night.
Where did I put this on the rundown? Come on, Josh. All over the place. I know this is you're like, what are we doing here? We're talking about the NIT.
You guys are going to want to see while we're doing this because everyone in the chat's going to feel amazing once they see this.
All right. Dude, did I put this on the wrong rundown? Blown bunny.
Exactly, BDE. Exactly. What a pass, by the way. Great pass. 75 feet to find the 5 at the high post. Then the entry pass over the top of the guy defending him to get it on the block.
Okay, yeah, here you go. NIT last night. My bad on that one.
You're good.
So this was, by the way, to go into halftime. NIT's championship last night was on crack.
Yeah.
This was to go into halftime, all right? I know this isn't typically what we get into. How about this? To go into halftime, I believe this is Chattanooga. Mm-hmm. And guess who's going crazy in the stands? Who's that? Terrell Owens.
Yep.
Dude, shout out to T.O., man.
Chattanooga legend.
Shout out to T.O. I mean, look at him. He is fired up, supporting the alma mater. We need more of this. And by the way, T.O., maybe a little NIL. Chattanooga. Look out for the Moccasins next year. But wait, there's more. Shout out to my guy BDE. I didn't know BDE was in the weeds of college hoops with me until these last couple of weeks, and I've been enjoying it. T.O.'s son is coming to the 49ers. I think I missed that. And how about this finish? It went to OT. I missed a lot of this game, but the finish is unbelievable. Christian Laettner-esque play. Wide open. For the win.
In the NIT tournament championship. This is the championship game.
UC Irvine, by the way, 32-7. I would have liked to have seen both of these teams in the tournament.
And that half-court 3, I mean, this was a 1-point game.
Yep.
That half-court 3 doesn't happen, and Chattanooga doesn't win this game.
Dude, and look at this. You know, we all sit here and we go, NIT more like not invited to the tournament. Look at these guys. You know what I mean?
This means
a ton.
Yeah.
And it's good to see this in a world where we get a bunch of 1 seeds, where people are complaining, NIL this, not getting paid enough that. This was awesome. And at least the players do get paid a little.
Exactly.
Cole, look, just looking at the reactions, man, I don't think this was about the money. This was just, they won something. It meant something, and being in Hinkle Fieldhouse was awesome. Just a fun thing to see.
A lot of those guys, too, that's the last basketball game they're ever going to play. They're
Probably.
graduating, they're off the team.
And for some of them, I didn't do my research on the transfer portal. Might be their last game to play in Chattanooga. For some, might be a reason to come back if they're in the transfer portal. Just a good story there.
Yeah.
And then real quick, in case you missed it last night, Ja Morant, what's going on with Ja Morant right now? I just don't get what's wrong with this guy. I love Ja Morant too. I'm a very big Ja Morant fan. Finger guns, talking college hoops, saw my team Xavier got a kid on the all-name team. All right. Is that wait, really? I didn't see that. That's pretty good stuff, CD Cincy. I'm going to have to look into that. So there's Ja Morant doing the finger guns. This was in the loss on the 1st, I believe. Yes. On April 1st.
Would have been Tuesday, yep.
Apologies in advance. Can says I'm winning that slab wheel this morning. There we go, Can. So then this was yesterday night. Zoomed in like crazy. Doubles down on the finger guns here.
Who were they playing last night?
This was against the Heat.
Okay.
Doubles down on the finger guns after being told specifically by the NBA. Foolish. But you can't argue with results, Kregerman. You can't argue with results. What does he do after all this? This is my
first time seeing this.
Yep, game time. Dude, look at this move. It's nice. I'm not going to lie.
Goodness.
Buzzer beater, game winner on the road, finds his dad. It's such a shame, man, because I love Ja Morant. I'm not an NBA guy, but he's probably my favorite player in the NBA that's not a Sixer. Why can't he just stop doing gun stuff?
It's that Babadook meme. Why can't you be normal?
Yeah. Why can't you just stop doing stuff with guns, Ja Morant? I mean, ridiculous.
Goodness. Well, it's because he grew up in a gated community in a nice home in the Carolinas, so he's got to compensate,
It's true. Oh, my goodness. He's an anomaly. I love to watch him play. I just wish he would chill out. Like, everyone's like, Ja, we're looking out for you, man. Like, right, private school guy. I mean, whatever it is. Just don't do it. I don't know. Maybe it's a lot harder. What do you think of the Wells kid on the Grizz? A few of his cards, and not sure what to do with him. That's a Kreger question.
Bonzi Wells?
I don't know who that is. I don't watch CD Cincy. I'm a Sixers fan, so I've kind of boycotted the NBA this year. So he's a big NBA guy. What do you think about that?
I think it's a selling time for anything Grizzlies related, whether it's Wells, whether it's Edie, whoever it might be. Just because one, you see what's on the screen or what was on the screen with Ja Morant. I think the Memphis Grizzlies, now look, the NBA is a league a lot different than the NFL, a lot different than the MLB, where the players have all the power in the world. I think it's very explicitly known that Ja Morant's the reason that Taylor Jenkins got fired. Taylor Jenkins, head coach of the Grizzlies, fired about 2 weeks ago in the middle of a playoff push, by the way. And now we got this stuff happening. The Grizzlies aren't going to fine him. The Grizzlies aren't going to suspend him. Maybe the Adam Silver will. My point being to your question, CD, is I believe that Ja's going to be sinking the Grizzlies. They're sliding down in the standings. Because here's the thing, I don't think he understands how to be a team player. Guy might be a great leader in a sense of building camaraderie, getting people to run through a wall for him. But on the court, I don't know how good of a team player he is.
You know who that reminds me of?
Who does that remind you of?
Allen Iverson. The best Allen Iverson teams were guys who kind of just would stand there, play some defense, and let Iverson cook.
Which, hey, there's nothing wrong. Allen Iverson's a Hall of Famer, but
he never won it. Never really came close to winning it. If you just want to make
a couple $100 million and not be known for much else, then Ja Morant's doing a great job of it.
Love Ja Morant.
If you want to be a multiple-time champion, talked about in 30 years, one of the greatest of all times, don't do what Ja Morant's doing.
He came close to winning it one time. No, see, he kind of came close to winning it. He made it to the final. It was one time, Cold Vicious. Greatest moment ever. The crossover and game one, and they did it, and they got boat raced. I think in 4 straight games after that.
Yeah.
So there you go.
And if we remember Allen Iverson, he was the guy who was upset that the Nuggets wanted to take him off the bench. He was the guy that quit on Detroit on his last season of his career after 10 games because he wasn't a primary part of the offense. Just a selfish all-around guy, great hooper, one of the purest hoopers of all time. But I don't hate that comparison. Ja Morant just being an absolute bonehead, and the only reason him being in the NBA is because he's such a great hooper.
Cold Vicious, I used to work at a Philly radio station, and every single day to work, I drove past the infamous TGI Fridays. That he would bring a bunch of ladies, we'll call them that, and just get him whatever they want and throw money, and now he's got none of it. So he's all right now. I think he's Shaq signed him to what, Reebok or something like that?
Maybe.
He's trying to work his way back. But Final Four tomorrow, dude.
Woo!
Snuck up on us. We got the Final Four tomorrow, and everyone's like...
Hey, don't sleep on the women's Final Four tonight, too.
That's right. That's on me.
Here in Tampa, women's Final Four. I believe we got Texas, South Carolina, and then UConn.
UCLA.
UCLA, yep.
UCLA, because Jaime Jaquez Jr. with the Miami Heat, he made the Final Four with UCLA. Gabrielle Jaquez, his sister, in the Final Four with UCLA. I think first brother sister to ever make the Final Four.
And I know we have Texas, we have South Carolina, and we have UConn represented in our Bowman U Chrome that is in the store as well. Personals of Bowman U Chrome, 3 autographs per Breakers Delight version. We have it in the store, so all weekend long, you're going to be able to see players that are in this break, whether it's the female division or the male division. And with our shipping department, too,
you'll get them by the Natty.
You'll get them by the Natty.
If not the day after. Maybe on a Friday or the weekend, you might get them
Monday
or Tuesday after the Natty. But if yesterday, you would have gotten them by the Natty.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, Final Four here. We got all 1 seeds. It is the first time since 2008. I know we've said this, all the time. Kreger, just kind of a genuine, your thoughts on the tournament this year before this will be the penultimate time we talk about it. I'm sure we'll do a little preview on Monday, a little reaction on Tuesday, and then that's it,
I thought it was a great tournament this year. My bracket's not looking great. I'll be the first to say that. But I thought it was a great tournament this year.
Good. Then you didn't pick all 1 seed, so good for you.
Correct. I had 2 1s and 2 2s in the Final Four.
Thanks, Clayton.
Nice. I will say, though, I think it was a great tournament. I don't think that there's a bad... Sure, maybe opening weekend... Could have been a little more exciting. Yep. But even then, it's like, I don't necessarily need excitement when I have 16 games on a day.
Yeah.
It's great seeing 11 beat 5, 6, whatever it might
12,
be.
5, we had that.
But yeah, it'd be great seeing more of that. And we got to think, too, recency bias has made us think that a 1 and a 2 loses every year.
Yeah.
Before 2017, a 1 and a 2 were undefeated. Maybe a 2 lost.
2 won a couple times, but even then, I remember Florida Gulf Coast beating Georgetown.
And that was one of the first ever 15s to win. And then
Otto Porter Jr. Remember
was it? Oh my!
Your boy.
Otto Porter Jr. Was it?
St.
Was
Peter's?
it Virginia? That
Virginia
was the
lost
first 16?
to UMBC.
Yep, that was the first 16.
And then Purdue lost to Fairleigh Dickinson. There you go.
St. Peter's a couple years ago was 15 seed. But what I'm trying to say is that this is not necessarily abnormal. First time since 2008, this tournament's been going on 60 years. Not necessarily the most abnormal thing. I think we're just complaining about it because we want something to complain about, and people don't like NIL,
And a lot of people are saying, NIL has ruined this. And maybe it has. But what was the reason for all 1 seeds making the tournament in 2008, right? This stuff happens.
Yeah.
So I think the sample size is too small. If 3 years from now we see all 1 seeds in it again, okay. Then I might say we need to do something. But last year we saw NC State, an 11 seed, make the Final Four. There was NIL money last year too. This year it's a lot bigger for sure. But yeah, no, I'm with you. We've had some really good games. These Florida games have been amazing. And look, the guy who's won me over, the guy who's won America over, I think, Walker Clayton Jr. I have loved watching Walker Clayton Jr. for Florida this season. He's a projected 2nd round pick. It always blows my mind that these guys are like this good in the tournament and they're still projected to go in the 2nd round. These were his highlights from the takeover against Texas Tech. The last highlight is the play that I just have going in my mind. I don't understand how he did. Dude, look at how he just goes into the lane and then pops back out for threes like it's nothing. Like, the guy's playing 2K Blacktop.
Yeah.
Where's the one? Oh, no, he's still got a couple more highlights to go to get to the one that I absolutely fawn over. Look at him. Good control going to the rim. Oh, is this the one? Is this the one?
I think this is the one that...
No. He's still just so good. Look at that control. College players don't do this. And this is the one that I call the 2K Blacktop play. Who the hell does this in the NBA, let alone college? Pulls it back out, double covered, fading away, buckets for the win. Florida never looked back in that one.
That play right there, y'all, just to tell you. So my new apartment complex I live in, there is a local watering hole right behind it. So while that play is happening live, I'm walking my dog. I'm going up the stairs to get back into the crib, and I just hear the bar erupt.
That's awesome.
I come back in at 78-77. It was like 72-64 when I walked the dog. I come back at 78-77 Florida, and the bar across the street's going nuts.
Love it.
I missed. So that's my first time seeing that. I didn't even see the replay of it.
It's awesome.
That
was
was
playing 2K
crazy.
out here. 1 minute to go. Good morning, Godzilla. 1 minute to go, and we're going to get our next slab or no slab giveaway up. But Kreger, what are we picking tomorrow in the Can's ready. Tomorrow, Final Four. I think, let me see, first game tomorrow. Who plays first? I think Florida plays first.
I believe it's Florida at 6, and then it's Duke Houston at 8. If I had to, or 8:40.
Let me double
I had
check
to guess.
this. I'm getting the lines up as well. No, I did not mean to click on the NCAA women's tournament. Come on, man, ESPN app, you're killing me here. I should have had this down. Bad job by me. All right, tomorrow we are looking at 6 o'clock Florida Auburn. Yeah, 8:49 Houston Duke. And we will get the slab or no slab going. First game, Florida Auburn. Florida 2.5-point favorite, but not even thinking about the spread. Who do you think wins this game, Kregerman?
You know, they say in life you need to forgive and forget.
Okay.
And I think I finally forgave and forgot about the way that Bruce Pearl left the Tennessee Vols back in 2013, 2014. I'm going with Auburn tomorrow. I think Florida's had too many close calls this tournament.
I get it.
You can, on one hand, say, hey, you know, these close calls, these battle-tested teams, you know, they have the experience. But the thing is like, Auburn's the team that actually has the experience. They're the team that's been a top 3 seed each of the last 3 years and been making Elite Eights and whatnot. Florida has maybe this tournament got the experience, but I think if you go down coach, culture, and continuity, the same thing I've said in the tournament, it's Auburn in this matchup. It's Auburn.
And I tell you what, Auburn got their battle tested early in the season when they got into a fist fight on the airplane. Anyone remember that?
Yeah.
I know even an Auburn fan in here. The Auburn team got into like a physical fight on the airplane early in the season before one of their games. It cracks me up that they ended up being this good after that. They ended up bonding them together. I hear you, man. I really do. I'm going with Florida. I am going with Florida in this game, and this is tough. I don't know if I'm going to be putting like a bunch of money on it. I got Florida in my bracket pool. I'm still alive. If Florida beats Houston in the championship, I win my pool. So, you know, that's enough stake for me. I don't need more. Part of me feels like they've been flying too close to the sun, but another part of me feels like Auburn has just been on a downward trajectory.
I could feel that too.
Since, you know, the end of conference play, and they've had a couple close games as well. I think Janai Broome is a little bit banged up. He's been banged up all season. Florida has the size to play with them. They have the guard to match Jahad Pettiford. I'm not confident in this. I want to be clear. This isn't saying back up the Brinks truck and put your life savings on Florida. But if I have to pick a side in this game, I'm going to stick with Florida. I just think they're better all-around team. But hey, I just hope we see a heck of a game. Then the next one, 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock really tomorrow night, Duke and Houston. Dude, can I just say this? 2 great games. I think we're going to get 2 great games here. I want to say Duke is 5.5-point favorites here. They've just been rolling, man. They have just been rolling. Who are you going with, Kreger?
Look, I know that probably everyone in the chat lost a lot of money yesterday, the way that the stock market looked yesterday. However, cash out your 401ks. Cash out every liquid asset you have and put everything you can on Houston money line.
Wow!
Put
really?
everything you can. This team defensively has been the only team that rivals Tennessee the last, 5 years defensively under Rick Barnes. They have not had the shooting the last 4 years to get them where they need to be. This year they do. This year they're still a top 3.
G-Lo says done.
They are still a top 3 defense this year. And guess what? They finally have the shooting. They can play 5 out. This is the first time ever that Houston's able to play 5 out.
Mattress Mac has entered the chat. All right, this was clips from Houston practices. I'm not saying what Kreger is saying. I'm not going to go and back up the Brinks truck for a Houston money line. But all I'm saying is I saw these clips going viral this week. If they beat Duke, you're going to see why. Look at how this team practices. Just the effort and the intensity in practice. And I got to give Duke credit. This is not the old, pretty boy Duke. They play tough. Cooper Flagg and Kneppel, Sion James, I forget the big man's name. They play really tough defense. But, dude, this is practice.
Yeah.
These guys are like gladiators. They're ready to die for their practice here, going after loose balls. Houston, man, they're tough as nails. At the end of the day, I think Duke wins.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a close game. I cannot wait to watch this game. I really can't. It's just shout out to Kelvin Sampson. He's got his boys playing every single year.
Houston's going to jump out to an early lead.
It's going to be close. I think Houston covers. I think Duke wins is what I would say.
I think it's going to be similar to this Tennessee game that we saw last Sunday with Houston. Houston's going to jump out to an early lead. Duke's going to be down 10-12 at halftime. And then I think Duke is going to claw back, and it's just a matter of who makes shots more at the end. And we're going to see, is Kelvin Sampson having his boys like ready to go, or is Cooper Flagg this transcendent talent that we think he is? Which I think he is.
I think he is.
But is it going to be enough to beat Kelvin Sampson? Fun fact about Coach Sampson as well. I heard this the other day on a podcast. He wanted to be an NBA coach. His father in the hospital on, his last breaths, when they were talking, I have an offer at college. I have an offer in the NBA. I think it was an assistant coach in both. And the last sentence his dad ever said to him was, I think you'd be better as a college coach. I think you'd enjoy it more. That was the reason that Kelvin Sampson took the college job and started working his way up to be a college coach instead of an NBA game.
I did not know that.
The last day of his father's life said to him, hey, I think you'd make better college coach. You care more about development than you do money.
It's you see it every year. He's been doing this isn't new. He's been doing this for years. I would love to see Kelvin Sampson
finally break through.
I don't think he's made a championship, let alone
no, he's made 2 Final Fours and like
he's
3
perennially a
Elite
1 seed. Yeah, it would be awesome. I will be rooting for Houston. I'll be very clear about that. But if you ask me honestly, I think Duke squeaks it out. They posted a picture of the Cooper Super. The Cooper Super.
One Cooper Super got pulled yesterday.
Wait, what? Really? Already?
The college application that we saw. I don't know if you remember that. It was the Super Auto of Cooper.
Real quick, I just want to get this out of the way. Really? A sticker on the Cooper Flag Super? I'm sorry. I hate to bring it down because this is one of my favorite products. I just had to get that out of the way. Sorry, Shiloh. I know we were all thinking it. I'll say the quiet part out loud. Come on. But regardless, it is still awesome. It is one of my favorite products. How much does this end up go for, you think?
I mean, let's say hypothetically they win the national championship. So he's freshman, national champion, Naismith Player of the Year, #1 overall draft pick. That is his Bowman first Super. 15K?
15K?
That might even be low.
What do we think? Over, under 15K.
Yeah.
I can't see myself saying under. I'll tell you that much. I can't see myself saying under.
Maybe 12.5.
What if it's gemmed out?
I think in my head, I was thinking gemmed out 15. So maybe raw 5 to 7, but in my head, gemmed out probably 15. You're saying
Gilo says under because of the sticker. Now, I hear you about the sticker thing, but it's not like there's a sticker version and an on-card auto. It's kind of what you see with like unlicensed rookie, like Jaden Daniels, right? Like, look, I get it. It's a tiny bit of a down because it's unlicensed, but it's not like there's another version. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the card. This is the Jaden Daniels card. You know what I mean? This is the Cooper Flag card. Godzilla's saying 35K.
Yeah, I mean,
I would go over. I think maybe an over/under of 20,000. I'd be interested, and it's assuming it gems out. You know what I mean? But
gems, who knows? Because maybe if it gems out, it hits an auction house. Then you can really see something. But I'm thinking if it's just an eBay listing. If I had this card in my hand and it was an eBay listing, I'd probably just put it for 15.
If I had this card, I wouldn't put it anywhere.
Sure,
until the NBA draft.
Yeah.
Or until the week of the NBA draft. I don't know. What would be a better time to sell it?
So NBA draft is usually a Thursday.
Okay.
I would probably list it Monday, end it Sunday, and that way it's got 3 days left when the draft is happening.
I like that. Yeah, I mean, it'd be shocking. Or there's a big turn of events and he doesn't go #1 overall, and you're like, oh man, I missed the boat.
Then the Cavs are drafting #1.
I don't see that happen. I think he ends up going #1 overall pick. All right, what time we got here? 10:52. Man, so much to get to today. We got then who do you got winning it all then? If you got Houston, you got Auburn. So you got Houston and Auburn. I got Florida and Duke.
I'm going to be picking Houston there.
I hope so, man.
Not just in my heart. I want to see it because these guys have been trying for the last... I think Sampson's been there since 2008. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Sounds right.
But he really, since the pandemic, he's been elite and a powerhouse.
By the way, Godzilla says if he decides to go back to college, do you think it hurts the value? Yes, I think it hurts the value, but I don't think he's going back to college. No. I really don't think so.
No. As much as NIL might pay him more than an NBA first overall pick.
No, it wouldn't. They estimated $6 to $8 million he could get from NIL. The first overall pick salaries 12 million or something like that. Yeah. I already looked into this. Who asked this? Godzilla. We did a show. I did like a good 10 minutes talking about could he go back to college, and ultimately we were like, nah, this is just fun to talk about. There's no way he's gonna go back.
No, because then knock on wood, next year he goes back to college, he blows a shoe out like Zion did, but he actually gets hurt instead of just a sprain. Then who knows what happens? Same thing you could say with, oh man, who was it? There's someone in the NFL that had the option to go back.
Matt Barkley,
yep.
Matt Barkley was the #1. Man, Eagles legend Matt Barkley.
It was first rounder. It wasn't #1 overall.
He was going to go first round. Went back to college. Ended up being like a third rounder or something like that. Great shout right there. I'm going to stick to my guns, man. I think Florida Duke championship, and I actually think Florida would beat Duke. Another one where I might not bet on it. You know what I mean? Where it's just like this is so tough.
Florida Houston would be the best matchup, I think.
If it's Florida-Houston, I would take Houston, I actually think. Now that you mention it. Houston sleeping, says Cold Vicious. Yeah,
we're not going to get a bad game.
We're not going to, that is the good part. People would be one heck of a game. No, it's true. People complain all the time about, this bracket or this year's tournament. But the point is, we should have 2 awesome games Saturday. Should be an awesome game. My one qualm, and I'm sorry, I know we have an Auburn fan. I think Auburn would get blown out by Duke. I
could see that. I could see if there was one blowout. That probably of the 8-6 scenarios.
I don't know. The permutations was not my strong suit in math class. Missed
4 actually. It's 4 and 4. It's two. Just four.
Come on. That's why we just talk baseball. All right. Talking baseball though. Yeah. Let me know what you guys are thinking here for the Final Four here. Refs are better in NCAA. I don't know about that.
Tell that to a Tennessee fan who watched Zach Edey in the Elite 8 last year.
Got a little preview of today's slate. I saw Godzilla shouting out the Red Sox home opener. Dude, this has to be such a great day. Godzilla, are you going? Are you going today? This has got to be such a great home opener in Fenway, man. You've been, I don't want to say starved, but just a couple frustrating seasons, especially from an ownership standpoint. Not been a ton to get excited about. And today, for Red Sox fans, nice to see Devers start to figure it out the last couple of games as well. So not as many travels and carries and favoritism, at least. Cold, I'm not a refs guy. I don't look into refs no matter what it is. I keep refs out of it, but respect if that helps you enjoy. I enjoy college basketball way more than the NBA. So if that helps you, I'm all for it. But Drew Brees Way, just never seen that name before. Fun name. Little preview of today's slate. Red Sox, let's see what we got here. Walker Buehler going to look to bounce back here. Rough first outing for him as a Red Sox. Playing against my guy, Eric Fetty Wap, as I call him. Interesting to see if the White Sox are able to keep their awesome starting pitching here. I'm not going to count on it, however. Cubs have been fantastic. I'm very interested to see Randy Vasquez.
Early baseball, too. Let's go.
Never know. Yeah, we got plenty of early baseball. We love it. Cubs, man, they have just been scoring at will. Curious to see if that continues. Wrigley, is it blowing in or is it blowing out? That's big for an Imanaga start. Mets and Blue Jays should be a fun game here. I'm kind of leaning Blue Jays. I haven't looked at betting odds, but Kevin Gausman going against Tyler McGill. Tyler McGill, if you get one good start from him, I wouldn't trust that next start. You know what I mean? It just seems like every other sometimes with Tyler McGill. Let's see what we got here. A's and Rockies. Oh, good Lord. A's are actually not that bad. I shouldn't say that, but
surprised that's not the free game of the day.
Should be the free game of the day.
Put that behind a paywall.
Yankees Pirates later today at 4. Yep. Max Fried looking to bounce back. The ERA is a little bit better than it would have been because he made a pivotal error. That led to a big inning. Otherwise, the ERA
6 runs, 2 earned.
I think so. Yeah. I think so. That's coming down the pipe at 4:00. I think that's Pirates home opener as well. How about this? Did you see this? Luis Castillo is pitching today for the Mariners. But hold on a second. That's not the normal Luis Castillo. That is Luis F. Castillo to you, sir. There are 2 Luis Castillo. What did Luis Castillo ever do to you, Foch? Remember the movie Ted? F. Scott Fitzgerald. What did Scott Fitzgerald ever do to you? Come on now. That is wild. Got called up yesterday. Not the one that the Giants traded for Casey McGee or Casey McGahee. I don't even know who that guy is. But nonetheless, if you're playing fantasy baseball, do not watch the initials, okay? Do not go, except my one buddy, there was an Adrian Peterson. There was 2 Adrian Petersons, and my one buddy fooled someone trading Adrian Peterson at one point. His middle name is Fred, Luis Fred Castillo. So if you get a trade in your inbox today that says they're trading you Luis Castillo, just double check.
Yeah.
Double check. Oh, I'll believe anything, G-Lo. Believe anything here. Brandon Pfaadt against Jake Irvin. That's a game that I will not be having on. This will be fun. Now, if you have Apple TV, it is on Apple TV. Dodgers Phillies. This is going to be a great atmosphere in Philly. Ohtani and the Dodgers. Some are saying NLCS preview. I am not one of those. That's crazy. My buddy just texted me right now saying, are the Phils on Apple TV tonight? That's wild. Dodgers' first loss is tonight, says Cold Vicious. All right, do we see the Dodgers? This is the real question. These 2 games. Luzardo against Yamamoto. Cold, I don't know. I think the Dodgers win. I don't know. I'm a Negadelphian, as we say, Cold, so I will always pick against the Phillies. But I think the Dodgers still win. They just seem unstoppable. Question, I think maybe the bigger question is, do we see the Braves first win tonight? Yeah, it's true, Cole. Dodgers first loss and Braves first win. There we go, Loden. I'm pulling up the odds. I might get a little. I'm going out to a nice Italian dinner with Cassie tonight. I might try to pay for the dinner with the Braves tonight. There we go, J-Mac. Come on, J-Mac.
Are you you're here, Cassie's across the table in front of you, and the TV's right there?
Yes. I'm very good, though. I'm very good in the relationship in terms of giving her the time she deserves.
Sure.
But, yeah, I'm always like, oh, can we switch seats? The game's behind you. I'm pulling up. What is Braves money line tonight? That might be the max play.
What does it say?
Minus 240. Miss me with that.
Yeah, no,
Miss me with that. I'm sorry, J-Mac, Loden. I know you guys are Braves fans. I think they should win, but minus 240 is ridiculous.
So what's Marlins plus odds then?
Plus 185.
And the Dodgers, or I guess the Phillies.
Dodgers are minus 135. Phillies are plus 115 tonight.
So a Phillies Marlins lay would be pretty sweet. You could probably pay for your dinner there. What's the odds if we?
Plus 513. I'm not.
Plus 513. You find a third leg, maybe a Yamamoto strikeout over or something. Get a little negative correlation to boost those odds. Your 30% profit boost for a 3-legger.
And Art Kern winning the slab or no slab giveaway. Alrighty, Art Kern, let's do it. But there we go, Art Kern. I see you in here all the time. Let's see. Thank you.
Let's get you a slab, Art Kern.
All right, here we go. What I might try to do, though, is, I don't know, minus 240 is just nasty work.
There's so many people.
For a team that's 0-7, losing is contagious. We all know that. I don't
I'd be
want
curious to know what that line opened up at, because it was probably minus 150. It was probably still high, 150, 160, but all of America just decided that they're fading the Marlins tonight.
100%.
But when everyone zigs, what do? You zag.
You zag. All right, spin that dang. Let's go. Good luck, Art Kern. Let's see. You know the deal. 125 or 50. What do we got? I'm not seeing it spin. I'm just waiting to hear. 2. Oh, we were so close.
Damn.
Oh, speaking of the Braves, though, speaking of those Bravos.
Hey, okay.
A hefty piece of lumber for Matt Olson going to you, Art Kern. Funny how that happens. Nice bat relic. Bat relics are my favorites. You got it, Art Kern. Appreciate it. Very, very kind of you.
A little more to the left. Yeah, looks good now.
Gotta get in focus here. Nope, wrong way. There we go. Matt Olson on the bat relic.
Nice.
For the free. Appreciate it, Art Kern. Appreciate you always hanging out here. Congratulations to you. Guys, come on, let's go. Let's take a spot off the board and let's get another spin of the wheel. Braves could use that bat right now. Yeah, no torpedo in this one. Maybe Matt Olson's gonna have to sign up for one of those. But regardless, Kreger.
Yeah.
Thank you for stepping in, man.
I
had a blast with you, dude. Had a blast. There's so much I wasn't able to get to. I had to cram in 2 days. There was a couple card markets I want to get to. Last thing I will say, and I hate to leave on a bad note, but I just want to educate the folks. Evan Carter in AAA so far this season is 1 for 17 with 7 strikeouts. I'm just going to throw that out there.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I know. There's been so much going on. It's overwhelming. Oh, baseball season started. Look at Kristian Campbell. Look at Jackson Merrill. I'm keeping an eye on Evan Carter. 1 for 17.
Rafael Devers walks, so Evan Carter.
Yeah, Rafael Devers took all the flack. But nonetheless, I think it's time to get over and start ripping. I appreciate you guys joining us. Have a great weekend, everyone. Go Gators. Go Houston. Please beat Duke. Cracker, have a great weekend. G-Lo, that's 1 card missing from the collection. A Bat Relic Redemption and any dual auto. Those 3, this boy would be content for a few weeks. I like it. Keep it simple. G-Lo hits us with a War Eagle. Good luck, G-Lo, but I'm against you this weekend. You too, BD. Have a great weekend.
Appreciate you, BD.
Guys, plenty of great breaks. Let's hop on in. Have a lovely weekend. I will see you. No, you are, Ken. No. All right. I'm out of here. Have a great weekend, everyone. Right here at Sunco Sports.